Little girl vibe. Hey Tyrone, hey Peaches.
Here you go.
Little girl, I don't want it. Okay, so tonight, oh, do I need to go in and?
Yes, you do. Both of you.
You do. But
What's up, Tyrone? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, I am. I'm on. So I need to find me. Okay. Let me do like this. There we go. I found me. Hey, best friend. Okay, so let me start trying to get some folks. Hmm.
One of those days.
Mm-hmm. It's been one of those weeks. I'm telling you, this has been a long week.
Find mine.
Are you published?
All right, trying to invite folks. Give us a moment.
I don't see mine.
I don't even know. Sometimes I just go in here, I just be pushing. I guess that's not good. That's probably not a good thing to do, nor to say. But come in, as you're coming in, please share the video. We have a really interesting topic. Okay, I got to go in and I got to change our topic. There we go. Okay. And I know this is going to die on me.
I mean, as long as you know.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, it's in the red.
Jeez.
All right, we're going to start. Come on, share the video. Invite some people. We got a good topic today, and we're not going to talk a long time. So you don't have a chance to kind of peek and decide if you want to come in. You need to just come on in so we can talk and get this done. I got plenty of homework, so I'm out of here tonight. I'm going to argue real fast tonight. I am. I'm going to get my argument done real fast. I don't have time to build it up. I'm just going to hit it and keep moving.
Go right to it.
Yep, I'm going to go right to it. That's how I'm going to argue on tonight.
Hopefully that works out for you. I don't think it's going to be as easy as you're thinking.
How do we say it? My spouse. Yeah.
There we go.
I have to correct that because I said my spouse. They'll be like, wait a moment. She did a whole thing about that.
For real.
All right, we come in just a moment.
It look like mine is like zoomed on me.
Yes.
Mm.
I got you.
Alrighty.
You did yours?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I feel like I'm moving kind of slow, but it's okay. All right, Deanna, before I can invite you here, that's good. So tonight, like I said, tonight is interesting. I think, and this was sent to me. It was sent to us, And it was kind of like, and then he came back around. I was talking about something, and he came back around, and I was like, okay, I think maybe we'll go ahead and we'll talk about it. So you see the title for those who are coming in. Talk about if your spouse, significant other, whichever way you want to put it, but they have a child during the marriage. Are you staying or leaving? Now, this is blinking. Is that okay?
No.
Oh, that's not a good thing. I thought I would ask,
That's Jackson.
are you staying or leaving? That's what we're going to talk about tonight. And for some people, I get it. If you've never been in that place, it's difficult to say what you will and won't do if you've never been there. I understand that. So mainly, it's like a thought. I've never been there. And that's why for me, my response was kind of like, oh my God, Deanna, I'm in your lane. So my response was, I think an older person response, it's kind of challenging to say what I would do when I'm not in that situation. And I have learned that one thing that we should not do, I've gotten old enough to know that don't make a statement about what you're not going to do. You would never, because you really don't know. Mm-hmm. You'll be surprised that when you're put into a situation, some of the things you would do, some of the decisions you make, once you're placed in a certain situation. Okay?
Very true.
So, come on, let's talk. I want to hear what you got to say. I want to hear how you feel about that. Is that a deal breaker? Could you continue in the relationship? Does that end it for you? Or are you kind of like me? You say, I don't know what I would do. Okay? All right. So I said my part, Chaston.
Well, my answer is,
as a man, I know your answer. Your answer is no, you leaving.
No,
because that's what men would do.
No, but I said the same thing the other night.
Okay.
If it's me, I'm gonna stay with my wife. I'm gonna tell her though, I don't want your child. Listen,
you might as well leave.
I don't want your child though. Like,
you might as well.
DJ. The question is, if your spouse has a baby outside, an outside
spouse
baby,
or somebody you're dating,
okay,
because that has happened, and people still turn around and marry the person.
Yeah, okay, that's wild. But yeah, if you dating or if you marry and your spouse has a baby with another person, are you staying or are you leaving? I would just tell my wife, like, I don't even want a lot of my own kids. So if you think I'm about to take care of one that ain't even mine, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be the tough one for me. Like, as long as she ain't expecting me to be a father figure, baby,
it's all good.
Hey, as long as she don't like, Chasta, can you watch? No. To call the father, tell her to go watch.
That is so mean. Then you might as well leave.
I don't want to leave her though. I just don't want the child.
But I think,
as bad as that sounds, people, that is the truth.
I think especially when it's women. So let's do this one. I think women are more apt to remain with the man. And you and Minister Neil can say whatever. I've invited him. I'm waiting for him to pop in and give his whatever. But women, as much as y'all talk about us and how crazy we are and how we don't know what we want, all these things, one thing is for certain. Women are more likely to stay with a man even if he goes and have a child with someone else while they're married.
Right.
And I've even known some women who will take care of the kid.
But DJ, that's what DJ saying is giving the kid up for adoption an option. Like, if that's an option, then hey, I have no issue. Like, we can. But what I'm saying is, if I already don't want a lot of my own children, I don't even want a lot for myself. Like me and my wife, I don't even want a lot of us. You really think I want one that you don't went and had? No, I don't want to leave you. But tell this, I don't want that baby looking at me as a role model.
So what is she supposed to do with her child?
Take care of her child and let the father let him. I'm not gonna have no listen. If you want to come get your child, come get him. I ain't gonna call her the name I normally call him. But come get your child. Now, me and my daughter Alyssa, we're gonna have a wonderful time.
That's not realistic. People, y'all come on. I need y'all to start coming. Oh, that's what I forgot.
Like DJ said, if she's open for adoption, yeah, we can repair, the damage that's been done. We can repair that. We can repair that. And this is gonna shock you. I do understand most times when a woman cheats, it is because the guy is lacking somewhere.
You will agree with that.
I will agree with that. So I would want to really sit down and talk and see what did I do to push you here. Now, there are some times when women just be wild.
All right, Mr. Neal. I already knew that. Mr. Neal already said that that's what you and Chasten would say.
I didn't say that.
Wait, that's how men, you might as well say it.
No.
But that's how men are. As much as they talk about, Deanna, as much as they talk about us, women are much more forgiving. We will
now,
take it. We will
This is what I'm
accept
saying.
it.
If she have another girl, then yeah, that's gonna be an issue. I don't want. Now, if she have a boy, I'm gonna still be mad, but I'll be more apt to. Man, send that little.
I don't believe that.
Send that little dumb kid over
Brian,
there.
I'm trying to understand. So, if you were not committed enough to be married, that is not a relevant issue, but the child is not the problem. I'm really trying to understand what's not the relevant issue. Deanna said, I didn't do that. She said the child wasn't allowed in my home. I don't know. To me, that's one of those situations that I think it takes a very loving person, and I don't know if I'm that loving. All right, but check this one out. Well, before I do that, I want to hear some more.
Tyrone
comments.
said he gone. I couldn't look at her the same.
I'm not surprised. Every man that says he's gone, I'm not shocked.
What I'm saying is this. This is what I'm saying. So for me and my wife, for me, it would be what we have a good thing, And then what I don't like about it is men try to place all the blame on the woman. Yeah, you decided to go cheat. That is very true. You decided to do that. However, you should look at yourself and want to know, what did I do?
What did you do for? This is a tough one. All right, I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to wait for Brian to kind of give, because I don't really get his statement. I'm trying to. I ask because I don't know, where did monogamy originate? Monogamy is a white ideal. When did things? I'm really trying to understand what Daniela is saying. I'm kind of, Daniela, I'm sorry, and I'm not being funny. I don't really get what you're saying. There's a level of wrongness that you can't cross with me. So when you sleep with someone else in the relationship, it is absolutely over. But I'm not surprised, because men do it all the time and women accept it. These same women who y'all call crazy are so loving that a man could go sleep with another woman. Minister Neal and Chasten, what I'm getting ready to say, y'all know I'm telling the truth. They can go sleep with another woman and they don't want you to end the relationship. And they will come back and beg you, please don't get rid of me. And you know what us crazy women would do? We'll take them back. We'll take them back. All right.
See, but DJ said the same thing. DJ said he would leave. He can't stay after something like that. He's saying the same thing. He want to know what I did. That's what I'm saying. For me, because I'm not going to just up and drop you. Now, I'm going to be mad. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to be mad. Yeah, I'm going to want time away from you. Uh-huh. I'm not saying right after the situation happens, that I'm going to be all, no. It's going to take some time for me to even want to be around you again, which I feel like is normal.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to say I'm going to leave you. Now, after we had this conversation, if you saying I ain't do nothing wrong, now we got a problem. That's where my problem was. Now, if it's Chasten, you not showing me enough attention, you didn't do this, I was dropping signs that you need to do this, I was saying, I need this from you. You're just not giving it. And then, and I'm not trying to be funny. I do understand how easy it is to play on a woman's emotions, especially when she's vulnerable. So I would fault her because you still decided to do that. But now, if you can point out where my wrong came in and to push you that way, I'm not saying it's gonna be peachy right after. We're gonna have to talk on this, but I'm not gonna just up and be like, I'm out of here. Now the big question gonna be: are we putting this baby up for adoption, or are you trying to keep this baby? Are we? And listen,
I'm keeping my baby. Are you crazy?
See?
I am going to, because wait a moment. I wasn't trying to get pregnant. I was just trying to have,
but that's what I'm saying. So what makes it even worse.
happened.
What make it even worse is you didn't even use protection. So you put.
You know what?
Put
Men make me want to smack
you
them.
put wait. You put me at risk because you're not using protection. So now you put yourself at risk and you put me at risk. So that's another problem.
That's a whole different topic.
That's what the
but
man
men
said.
not gonna be honest enough. Cause when men cheat, out of 100 men who cheat, I'ma say maybe 3 will use protection.
Where are you getting these facts?
My head.
That's wrong.
I'm coming up with them myself.
No wrong.
I will be honest enough.
Them wrong.
Okay, Yolanda said keep them. Yolanda, are you saying keep the man or keep the child? Deanna said that child didn't come twice. One day they showed up. You could hear a cat pee on cot. My husband asked them to leave. The next was his funeral, and no, I didn't kill him. Oh, wow. All right, Brian said what he meant was if you are not committed to be more than a friend. But if you in a relationship, if we in a relationship and we are having sexual intercourse with each other, oh, we more than a friend. we more than a friend. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, so even if we haven't verbally said we in a committed relationship, I still feel like you owe me to say, hey, this is what's going on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It needs to be a certain level of respect when you having these type of relationships. I need to look. Hold up, I'm coming. Right. It says, Mr. Nielsen, I feel that way because I have never ever cheated in my life. It sickens me to think that a person think that's normal. What? Yeah, there are some people who think that that's normal, but twice. Oh, Minister Nielsen, my nasty. I'm on my hater side tonight. I hear you. What you guys say? She's on your side tonight. Blessings, woman of God. Tillman, how you doing? I was having fun. Right. You go, Sister Tillman says she would keep both, the man and the child. Because you know what? And now I'm going to bring that up with her saying that.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
What y'all are doing is not fair. You have to judge.
It might be either one, Sister Preacher. It might be either one. It might have been the wife who cheated and she became pregnant, or it could be the husband that got somebody else pregnant.
What y'all are doing is not fair. You cannot judge a man based on abilities or qualities or characteristics that we naturally don't have.
Right,
So,
right. I agree with all of that, bro.
You all enjoy judging us on things that, like, seriously, we're just not a nurturing type person. Like, when my daughter go to cry, not to, man, be quiet, go lay down. Why are you just sitting there crying?
What do they have to do with
I'm
having
saying,
a baby outside of marriage?
her mother is, come on, baby, come. So
Right.
so if I cheat or she cheat, the response is gonna be different because who she is and who I am is different. It's different.
That is all man talking. That don't have nothing to do with
the way men handle
anything.
things are different. The way women handle things are different.
Okay, anyway.
And all I'm saying is, I do feel like men, where we mess up at, is we are quick to just leave without first trying to fix it, trying to resolve it. Our first reaction is we just out of here. And
that's how men are.
And I don't think that's the first. And I don't think that's what's. I don't think that's.
They don't know what happened. They don't know if you slept with the guy because you was trying to help him get a car. Your husband get a car. They don't know why.
But that's stupid. So I would really be mad if she did that. Now I'm mad. And I'm out of here.
Wait a moment.
Now I'm mad.
Sister Linda said that. What'd she say? Oh, not want her to. Why would you want her to give up her child? That is not good. Listen, Brian, And Sis Tillman, I agree. I don't think cheating is not what you should do. I believe if you are in a relationship, to me that's common sense. If we say we in a relationship, if we engaged, okay, we should be committed to each other. When we married, we really should be committed to each other. Nonetheless, we all know that this happens, right? So the reason why this topic, because I said and I started thinking about that, and someone has sent us the topic, and I had to be honest, and I asked myself, what would I do if that happened? And I could not answer. You know, I want to say in my heart of hearts, that's a major betrayal. I would be like, you know what, go on. But then I'm old enough to know, what if it's me? That's on the other side.
Right. And
do I want him to leave?
And that's,
no.
that's what DJ said. DJ said he's sure 95% of women will leave. Once again,
that's not true.
Hold on, wait. Once
that's
again, step into the 21st century.
I'm in the 21st century.
Get out of that era that you and Sister Preacher and Mother Winters can't leave.
No, I'm in the 21st century.
No, you're not.
Minister Neal said cheating is an outward sign of disrespect and failure of the relationship. That's in every century you in. Absolutely.
No, I agree with that.
I agree with
what
you.
I'm saying
Minister
is the
Neal.
way you're saying women will respond, that's a different. I need you to just understand that we are completely dealing with a different breed of women. It's just completely different than what you keep trying to make it seem like.
It's not different.
How you doing, Pop? All right.
It's not different.
This
Wait a
we
moment.
don't even have this conversation.
Wait.
If you can't acknowledge the fact that the women now are different.
Women now do think they're younger women.
The women in your era, they could cook. The women now, if you ask them, can you cook? Their question is, can you build a house?
Yeah, that's true.
It's can you cook? Like, can you do what you're supposed to do, which is cook? Right. Can you clean up a bathroom?
That's supposed to be the job of the guy.
Can you wash a dish? That's what I want to know.
Can you wash a dish? Look,
can you wash dishes?
Wait, let me read your comment. Sister Tillman said, everyone needs a second chance. I agree with that. Okay, as a younger person, I'm coming to y'all comments. When I was younger, I knew of someone who, and I'm talking about in my teens, that he had a child on his wife. And I was really angry. I've always been pro-woman. And every time I would see her, I would like to myself say, that's the dumbest woman in this neighborhood. Because why would you stay with this man? But as I got older, I began to understand he was the breadwinner. She had no job. She had all these children. What was she supposed to do? Did she like the fact that he had a child on her? Absolutely not. But what was she supposed to do? So I think that's part of the reason why the women, young women nowadays think differently, because most of them are educated. They know how to go get a job. They could do some things. And it's a whole different era. Okay, you can do that if you want to.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're trying to deny that.
I'm not. It's a whole different era.
You're trying to argue that point that it's a different.
Yolanda say, you be so stuck on stupid, glued on dumb, look out retarded, here I come. I'm saying you would stay because of the children y'all have together, and you believe he won't do it again, and it happens all over again. I think that is the case too, as well. But like Minister Neal said, that's the first sign of disrespect.
That's because y'all not doing what Ruben said. Ruben said, first off, it depends on him and the lady's history. So whatever, if your history, if you have a good steady history, then a mishap happens. He's saying he will stay.
That's an excellent point.
He said he'll stay, but
that's an excellent point. What he just said.
There's going to be some changes, which I agree. Yeah, it should
change it. I want you changing that baby's diaper. I want you.
Floyd, my boy. I ain't got nothing. I keep telling you.
That's not right, Chaz.
You bring that baby around me.
That's not right.
All right. I'm being honest. I'm saying.
Deanna, you hit something.
I'm saying, Mrs., I want to stay with you. It's gonna take me some time to not.
You know why women don't get that opportunity? Go ahead. It's gonna take you some time to adjust.
It's gonna take me some time to adjust to this little kid. I almost said the word I normally call him. DJ said these women around this time wouldn't even think twice about saving a relationship. That's what I'm saying, DJ. She tripping. She keep thinking.
Well, we're trying to get some things, but we're trying to teach them to think differently. Deanna says the ego of most men will make them believe a woman will never cheat. Hey, Deanna, you hit it, baby. They really believe that they are so great and so grand. My woman would never cheat on me. They run around doing whatever they want to do, but they don't think a woman will ever do it, but it happened. There are some women that have had children they became impregnated by someone else. And I will say, I would think that really is a blow to a man's ego. That your wife that takes a lot of love for you to know that your wife is carrying another man's child and you stay with her.
And that's
keep
what I'm saying.
Providing.
That's going to be the part that's going to be harder for me, is adjusting to taking care of you while you're carrying another man's child. I didn't even, like, seriously, I didn't even want a woman who had a child. Like, we could talk, we could date, we can go have fun. But when you start talking about, I don't want to marry you because you have a child.
And you don't want that.
And I'm saying, for me, if me and my wife were to stay together, one of two things is going to have to happen. You're going to have to give up custody, or he ain't coming around to this. Because I don't want him around you.
That's a good point.
I don't want him in my house.
That's a good
I don't want
point.
y'all
I
talking,
think
none of
usually
that.
when that happens, from history of people that I've known that happened to, usually the outside person does not have contact with their kid. That's
one of them.
That's a good point.
And that, for me, that would be a step
That happens.
to healing our relationship, and then me wanting to be. Because as bad as it sounds, I would hate that. Okay, now this child is in my house, and he walking around looking like like we found him in a gutter, and my daughter walking around like she came from a palace. And I don't feel like you should mistreat children.
You should not.
I don't feel like you should play favorites with children.
Right,
I feel like they should all feel
everybody,
equal.
all kids should feel
And
like kings and queens.
All I'm saying is, my wife would have to make some changes for me to want to make this child feel like he anything other than what he is.
All right, Sister Linda, I understand your point, but the child didn't ask to come here.
I don't care about none of that.
Deanna said that's an indescribable pain. I believe.
I'm sorry, and I really don't like for people when their response to it is the child didn't ask to be here. That is very true. I agree, but there's things you can do to prevent that. And so, you know what I'm saying? And as much as people hate to talk about the topic of abortion, it is an option. And
I'm not aborting my baby.
I'm not saying abort it. I'm saying it is an option. But
Yeah, I'm not aborting my
when
baby.
you decide as the parent to bring the child into the situation, don't tell me he didn't ask to be here.
I am going to tell you. I'm going to walk out and say,
no, you
I
don't.
need to tell you something.
No, you don't. If my wife did
I'm going to
that,
take you, I'll take him on Maury.
and she come in here, and she come in my house prideful, oh no, this child is,
No.
oh, we going to have to talk.
I would take my husband on Maury, and I'd be like, he keeps saying this is not his child. And then on the end thing, when they say, I'd be like, I want to tell the truth. All right, wait.
Bishop Dennis said I'm too hard. So Ruben said if it's me, I'll take those responsibilities because of how I feel about the woman. But I don't want the guy around, to be honest. If the father wants to be in the kid's life, that's what I'm
Right.
saying. My wife is gonna have to say, listen, you're gonna have to go live with your father. And then when you become of age, you could come around. But you and him ain't talking.
Yeah, it is a sticky one.
'Cause me
Hey,
and
Bishop,
him-
tell Bishop Dennis, I say, hey.
It's on site. When
Okay.
if he come knocking on my door,
It's on site.
I'm trying to see my kid. I'm stealing on him right there. We gotta
That
fight.
is horrible.
We gotta fight immediately.
All right, let's just say it will never end until you get out of the unhealthy relationship and marriage. Minister Neal said God killed Bathsheba's baby that she had with David out of sin
Kill
because
mine,
it was
Lord.
such a a foul. Wait a moment.
Kill it.
Foul
Kill the
act,
baby, Lord.
So why y'all think that I had to accept your? You know
He
what?
said, hey, Mom.
You know what? Is He blessed him with Solomon.
Mother. I'm saying, and then listen, and
was never God's way. He always part of the norm. Maybe that's why men seek other relationships. Women only seek others if there isn't the support. Some other men in my life. I think it needs to be both ways.
If he want to give my wife money, oh, I'm all for it.
So you said it's okay to have children.
God's law. It is a worldly thought. Why does the world say? Truthfully, what God says is the issue. Check this one out. This is what I'm saying. Now, and let's do this one. Now I'm going to quit laughing right here because I'm being serious on this one. If we tell the truth, Christians, let's tell the truth about this. The topic we're talking about right now has caused many of churches to split. Many of marriages, because of this topic that we're talking about. Now, I don't like to do that, but I'll be very honest and I'm going to be very bold and frank because that's who I am. But plenty of pastors have had kids with members in the church, and the wife continued to sit there. Now, that is the reality. Was it right? Absolutely not. Was God pleased with it? Absolutely not. But at that point, to me, it goes deeper than that. Because I used to say, his wife's so dumb, why would she sit there? Why would she take that? And I've known a pastor wife in Chicago who personally went through that. And that lady sat right there. And I remember telling Dr. Butler as I got older, I said, you know what? I have so much respect for her. Do you know how much love and resolve that takes? Temperance to be able to sit there when people know what your husband have done, and you're able to come there and hold your hand up and keep serving the Lord like ain't nothing happened. And to see those kids running around and know that those women have had kids with your husband. So the reality of it, no, sin not no mishap. Sin is intentional. It's intentional. So I'm not downplaying it. I'm not doing it as a joke. I'm saying what we're dealing with is reality.
Yeah.
So the question is, as we deal with reality, and then let's put another spin on it. See, because our talk thing is not just Christians who tune in, and we got Christians as well as non-believers. All right, as Christians, if we take it and we pose it like that, what should be the Christian response if your spouse goes and your spouse has a child on you? Be it the wife or the husband, what is the Christian response? That's a whole different show. But let's start on out there. All right, Brian, what's the Christian response? All right. So Sister Tillman said, blessings to you. This is Pastor Dennis Tillman. If a spouse cheats on their better half and have no desire to change, seek God and let God work it out. Because if God tells it it's okay for second chance because of change, not second chance, do it the same as far as the spouse cheating, be led spiritually and God will lead you always. This is true. He says, Mr. Neal said, don't use the child to justify your behavior. I get what you worth. Let me go deeper. According to our vows, it's for better and for worse. And in that, it never says that if he has a child or if she becomes pregnant. Marriage is a deep thing. What happened?
Ruben said, this is funny. Ruben said women be wanting us to give them the world, but want to just give us sex. DJ said facts, and they say we only got sex to offer,
She says freezing really bad.
but they only offer the same thing.
Thanks, Deanna. Is it better?
Ruben said the Christian
Thanks,
thing,
Deanna.
the Christian thing is forget him, and you gotta stay. Once that ring on, you locked in forever.
Yeah, this is true. All right. Deanna said, I don't care about that either, nor the child didn't ask to be here. She said she don't care about that.
Yeah, I don't. When people say that makes
our
me
spouse
mad.
didn't ask. She said, but the other spouse didn't ask to be cheated on. I hope it's not freezing anymore.
Yeah, I don't. That response don't move me. The child didn't ask to be here. Okay?
Mr. Neal, how is that justifying wrong? I'm not justifying, Mr. Neal. You're going to make me come to Mississippi on your show at 101. I'm not justifying no wrong. I'm dealing with why church people don't like to deal with reality. This is why the church is not equipped to deal with issues, because we like to use a cookie cutter. And sin not no cookie cutter. Right. Sin is one of those things you find, son. Sin is one of those things that you have to deal with it based upon the situation and the circumstances. So no, I'm not justifying sin. No, All right, since Linda said, regardless of your thought, the baby is here. You asked the question, and I know people this is happening to right now. Yeah, the children are suffering because they know they are related but cannot interact. That's not right. And see, that's what I'm saying. Wait a moment. See, Linda, that's what I'm saying, Linda. We talking about reality. The church likes to address things in a perfect world. This is an imperfect world with imperfect people that do sinful things. So what do we do now? Look at you.
I done told you what I'm gonna do. Then I feel like at some point, all the hard decisions cannot be on one person.
I'm not saying it should be.
But that's what I'm saying in the situation. Okay, I'm making the hard decision by saying, let's work through this marriage. Let's work through your mistake. Let's work through that.
Okay.
And then you're telling me because you have a child with that, oh, well, he gonna have to stay around. Oh, how? Stop playing with me. No, seriously. Y'all, I want y'all women to stop playing with us. Because y'all know just as well as we know, not only will that man be around, that man gonna be doing and saying stuff he gonna be trying me. And as a Christian, I'm not supposed to punch him in his jaw or shoot him or stab him or none of that.
All right.
But I'm probably if he gonna be around talking, well, that wife of yours is a mess.
Right.
See, now we gotta fight. Because why you gotta say that?
Right. Now let me ask you something.
Uh-huh.
How do you think a woman feels who is put in that position?
I feel like I don't think she feels the same way as a man. I think she feels different. I'm sure it's more hurt, more embarrassment than what a guy would feel. But what I'm saying is, if it's going to work, it's going to take sacrifice on both ends of that.
All right. How do you feel men usually require the woman to behave?
I honestly have no idea.
You have no idea.
And I pray to God I don't find out.
Right. I know your wife is like, no, you ain't gonna find out.
Because I'm saying for me, it's going to be, okay, we can work.
You're not looking at it from your side. I want you to look at it from the woman's point of view.
And I feel like from her point of view, it would be the same thing.
No, I'm saying the woman who has gotten, the woman who's dealing with a husband or a person who's engaged, and then they find out that they've gotten somebody else pregnant while they're engaged to them or while they're married to them.
I'm saying I think they're going to be hurt. They're going to be embarrassed. They're going to feel betrayed.
And Deanna, you know we would have pulled you in.
But what I'm saying is, if she is willing to say, hey, okay, I'm going to try to forgive you, I need you to cut ties with that person. Although I do have a child with them, listen, y'all women and people who love to say the child didn't ask to be here. Abraham's child didn't ask to be here, but Abraham had to make a tough decision. And I'm saying I'm just as great because I'll make that decision for you. Get that little thing about my...
I am being consistent. Minister Neal. I'm going to always be consistent with the word of God. I'm going to be consistent. Now, he said, great topic, but you have to be consistent. You can't tell people to accept an unfaithful spouse, but not accept mistreatment in the marriage. For better or worse, can't cover a baby on the side. No, then you haven't been listening to me, because I feel that way for the whole thing. I don't think when you in a marriage, it's not that easy to just end the marriage. She gonna say, "Come on, teach hater."
Thank you.
No, I don't feel it's just that easy to end the marriage. My teaching is, I believe that's why the church looks so foolish nowadays, is because we behave like the world. We don't really operate in forgiveness. We don't pray. We don't hear God. We do what makes us feel good and what makes us comfortable. So if my spouse mistreats me, and I'm going to say like this, I'm not talking about beating me and all that kind of stuff. Now, I do teach women who are in a relationship where they're being beaten, or a man who's in a relationship where he's being beaten. I do teach people, you need to get out of there, because I've known too many people that have died at the hands of someone who they shared their bodies with. And I think that's horrific, that, me and you been having sex. Now you done beat me to death. You done shot me in the head. For real. Now I feel like you ought to get out of that. But other things, I feel like you have to work through that. I'm going to need you. Like me, go ahead. Thank you, Tyrone. No. See, that's what I'm saying, and that's what happened. But in a marriage, people don't think about those things. And this is why Jesus said that when you get married, you have to think about that. And, really, on the vows, isn't that what we tell people? Hey, you don't enter into this lightly.
Right.
Because you are signing a contract, and you don't know what's in the future. You don't know what your spouse is going to do. You don't know what you're going to do. You don't know if 3 months after you exchange your vows, now you're terminally ill and you need to be taken care of. That's why you have to think about those things. You marry somebody who you honestly feel like, man, if you lost both of your legs and your arms, I'd still be there with you. Yeah. But I think some people, especially in church, and we talked about that, that's a whole different topic. Some people in church get married because they want to have sex, but they are not ready for what marriage, the responsibility of marriage.
Ruben said, I think the guy's going to start being controlling, which is reasonable to him, and the woman will leave because he don't think women like to feel like they're being controlled.
You are absolutely right, Ruben.
But I know I keep saying this because I feel like that is the only solution. Is both parties, if this is going to work, both people are going to have to make hard decisions.
All right, so let me do this. Let me throw this out here. Say your spouse went and they cheated, Deanna. But the woman he cheated with is on drugs. So the kid don't have no mama to take care of him. Then what? Do you still not let the child come? Do you still tell your husband, don't bring that kid here? What do you do at that point?
I feel like in that situation that I don't feel like the husband has right to make many demands at that point. Because it'd be the same thing for the woman. I wouldn't feel like she has the right to make many demands. So if he's saying, or if she's saying, for there to be peace in this house among us, I can't have the child here because seeing that child reminds me. So then, okay, what you want me to do? Adoption? Listen, adoption is a wonderful option. There are people out there who cannot have children and they really want children. I know a lot of them who's like, man, I can't have children, but adoption is always an option. And people look at that stuff like it makes you weak, like it makes you a bad person, and it don't. I feel like it takes a very mature person to say,
this mother crazy. Go ahead.
I feel like it takes a very mature person to say, I'm not equipped to love this child the way the child needs to be loved, and put it up for adoption. I feel like that makes you responsible.
Deanna.
She said.
Deanna,
Deanna,
you are so loving. I just knew you was gonna say, oh, in that case, bring the child. So I don't know. Like I said from the beginning, okay, Mr. Neal said, I'd rather you beat me. Oh, shit. She's talking about she agree with you. Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Neal said, I'd rather you beat me than sleep with your co-worker and bring. I'm happy-handed.
Did he use my word?
No.
Oh, man.
And that beheaded joker up in here and expect me to deal without throwing them over the. Ooh, y'all is horrible.
But now, I do feel like with age comes that, you know.
I think with age.
And listen, I don't know, and I'm gonna call Sister Davis tonight and ask her this question because I honestly feel like she's gonna say the baby can stay, and she's not gonna try to control what her husband does or not. I really feel like that would be her, and I feel like because of age brings wisdom and so much more that you're able to really think. I feel like right now, it's because I'm 26. My mind can only think so far.
That's a great point.
And so as far as I can think is, yo, if this baby or this father is around me, I'm instantly mad. And I'm not gonna harm the baby.
Well, I think
at all.
the person, I'm not saying, okay, I can see for me, I would be, and I think that's what Linda is saying, I would be very angry with my spouse, but I would feel bad for the kid. The kid did not ask to be here. And I'm the type, I don't want anything to happen to a kid. Thank you so much. I just saw that. I don't want anything to happen to a kid.
Absolutely.
So your mother is on drugs, that's my soft spot. I would feel bad. I'm going to get the kid. I'm going to be honest. Because they ain't got nowhere else to go. What we going to do, we going to put you up for adoption.
Send them to a family that got loads of money.
Maybe it's my age.
It might be, because you tripping.
But I always had a soft spot for kids, and then I would feel bad.
Okay, so what if ain't nothing wrong with the parents? What if the parents are perfectly capable of taking care?
Now I'm gonna be honest.
Are you gonna say, Charles, listen, that baby can't come here no more?
That's why I say I'm trying to be honest. I want to be honest. I don't know what I would do.
Well, I'm gonna be honest.
I think it would depend on if the lady is cute too. If she cute,
I'm gonna be honest. Sharnice, get that baby about my crib. And if I find out you and that dude saying hi to each other, I don't care if his mama just died. You better not say you sorry.
Okay.
You better have no deal. If he invites you to the funeral, you better not even say nothing. I don't care. The worst possible thing can happen to him, and you better not respond to him. You better not say nothing.
But Sister Preacher said, I have the Holy Ghost, and I am a woman of a particular age. I'm out. Oops, I meant to say you're out. And Linda's like, exactly. That's where I don't know. All right.
Right. I mean, I feel like what you're saying is, I mean, you're not really saying what you would or wouldn't do.
I don't know.
But,
I'm being honest. I don't know what I would do. God forbids. I hope
that's
I never.
some strong wind that opened the door.
It did. I kept thinking somebody was opening that door. I don't know what I would do. I don't want to ever have to deal with that. I don't know. But I just know, like somebody who I know, he had a child. Somebody who related to your dad. All right, so he had a child with the outside woman, but a younger woman, and she was on drugs. Okay, she was on drugs, so the girl had nowhere to go. He brought the girl home to his wife, the little baby. So he brought her when she was an infant, and that lady was taking care of that baby. And I was just kind of like, because I was younger then, and I was looking and I was like, ooh, it couldn't be me. You're going to bring that baby. But now that I'm older, I get it. What do you do? It's his kid. And he didn't know what to do with the baby. So you said he should have took and turned the baby in. Deanna said, you know what, maybe if my husband had not done it with his already baby mama, I may have had other feelings. Their son was like 16 and living with us because he was clowning and she couldn't handle him. That was a slap in my face. Yeah, Cher, she was a good one. Cher, let me tell you something. Let me tell you how good this woman was, girl. We was over there visiting one time, and the little girl came out playing, and her clothes didn't look bad to me. And he started cussing his wife out. He started cussing his wife out, and he was like, he ain't playing that. He not taking that. If the baby gonna be there, do right by her. He said, go on in there and get her right. She ain't looking right. And I was standing up there looking like, ain't that the baby dad? I wish now that one, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, ooh.
We can eliminate all of that.
That's what
I keep saying that because there's going to always be problems.
I'm telling you, Cher, like on that one, no. Somebody called Nanny 911. That's what Sister Preacher said. So, all right, Mr. Neal said, amen, Chas. You have to be honest with yourself so that you don't mistreat an innocent child or take your anger out on the mother. That's true.
Ruben said, I've dated so many women with kids. I don't think I would have a problem with the kid staying. Would be normal for him, even if the father is involved.
That's true, but Ruben, his heart is open.
Yeah, Ruben's a lot, different than I am. Because listen, get that thing out my crib.
He said that thing.
That thing, and I still ain't calling what I call him when me and Sharnice talking. Get that thing out my house, though. I know that, and I'm saying, or that thing can stay. The thing can stay, but that parent, no. That father, y'all,
right?
He has no interaction.
He can't have no deal.
No, listen, and we have to sit down and talk. Listen, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to stop you from being the father, but you ain't gonna be no father if she being the mother. Now, one of y'all not gonna be a parent. I don't care which. I prefer it to be my wife who don't want to be the parent, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So hey.
I hear you, Shan. Shan's out with chastity.
You ain't gonna get to be a parent, bro. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things.
So
I've asked Neil, leave Ruben alone. He's not being a sucker. We all have our different things that we can put up with.
Yeah.
He's not,
Yeah.
he can do that. Y'all is you know what, people? Y'all a mess. I'm done. I gotta go do homework. So I don't know, summation. I don't think we really got anywhere with that. That's a good topic. It really is. It's something to think about. Maybe I need to see if I can find someone who is in those shoes that they can put a spin on how that looks and why you would do that.
No, that would be tight.
I
would love to talk to that person. Like, now, did you let the person be a parent? Because I feel like that would be the deal breaker for me.
I know for a man,
if he wants to be the father, if he wants to be a father to the baby, and my wife can't give up wanting to be the mother, that will call, because I don't want you interacting with him. And I don't want to interact with him because I ain't gonna say, all right, well, if you want to say something to the baby, don't call me, and don't call her, and don't come to my house.
Yeah, I think most times when that happens, the relationship, because I think it is so complicated, it pretty much ends. I think it's over with. It's done.
It's not.
Yeah,
it's not over. That's what I'm saying.
Trust
People got to make tough. And I'm gonna take my wife to the Bible, where Abraham gave up his child for his
deal. It is a deal breaker.
Because
I think
his
that's
wife
enough
said, when you gone, who is gonna take who inherits?
Yeah,
my baby or that one?
Right. He had to make a decision.
And I feel like people don't want to do that, but that's what would need to be done. Somebody has to make the tough decision. And by golly, as much as I would hate for it to be me, I would have to be the one to make that decision.
Shan is silly too. Shan is funny. Shan gonna say, men and women that are married needs to keep that hot pocket in their pants when they not with their spouse. That is the truth, and that's what somebody said earlier. It really is a respect thing. It's a temperance thing. You get what I'm saying? You married. So don't put yourself in a position where you end up doing something. Right? Because once the respect is gone, it's over. And some people sit there and they just miserable. You know what I'm saying? So I think that would be a deal breaker. And I think that's the commitment. You married, don't put yourself in a position, don't do certain things where you can, you end up pregnant. I know, Deanna. I know it's all right. I know your heart's still with me. It's all right. It's all right. She said she sided with the men tonight. All right, it is what it is. All right, so yeah, that's how I see that. I don't know. Maybe I should test the waters to see if my husband will stay with me.
Don't try that. I would hate to see. I really feel like Dad to kill that man. Probably you too.
I want no baby with your daddy.
So you know where I'm coming from. I don't want no baby with nobody.
For real, I agree with you, Shan. You got to control them. Really, it really is a decision, and it's a respect factor. You married, just certain things you don't cross and you don't do. Bottom line, and you ain't got to worry about that. It's the truth. Yeah, so no, I ain't having no baby with nobody, including your daddy, honey. I have passed that place. I don't want no baby. Grandbabies is good for me. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate the input. Our newbies for coming in talking.
Yes, thank you.
Listen, if you ever have a topic you want us to talk about, inbox one of us and we get an opportunity that we explore. We talk about it.
Yeah.
This is what it's about. Let's talk. And we like to talk.
Yep.
Yeah, we do.
Have fun doing this.
We are.